All right, let's talk about building a modern React project. We're going to do it from scratch, from absolute zero. No magic tricks, no black boxes. We're going to understand every single step, the foundational stuff that every pro developer really needs to know. Ready? Let's dive in. So, you want to start a new web project, right? And immediately, it feels like you're staring at this maze. All these tools, all these config files just to get a simple hello world up on the screen. It can be super intimidating, I get it. And you haven't even written a single line of your own code yet. You are definitely not alone in feeling that way. So why is it so complicated now? Well, it all comes down to how much web development has changed. The old way? Super simple. You just find a script tag online, maybe from a CDN, and plop it into an HTML file. Done. But the new way is a whole different beast. We've got this structured setup with build processes and dependency management, and yeah, it's more work up front, but trust me, it's what makes modern apps so powerful and robust. So let's break that new way down, piece by piece.
Okay, first things first. Every single modern JavaScript project needs like an ID card, essential document that says, hey, this is who I am and this is the stuff I need to work. And in our world, that ID card is a file called package.json. So let's go ahead and create that right now.
So go ahead and open up your terminal in a brand new folder for your project. The command we're going to run is super simple, npm init. Yep, that's it. This one little command is going to kick off a whole guided process to create that foundational file for us.
Now, what's going to happen is npm will start asking you a few questions. Stuff like the project name, the version. You can just start with 1.0.0. A quick description. Don't stress about this stuff. Seriously, you can change it all later. If you're not sure, just keep hitting enter to accept the defaults. It's totally fine. Then, at the very end, it'll show you what it's about to create and ask, is this okay? Just type yes and hit enter.
And boom, just like that, you've got your package.json file. This thing is literally the heart of your project. It's got all that info you just typed in, and in a minute, it's going to do something even more important. It's going to keep track of all the tools and libraries our project needs to run.
All right, our project has its ID card. Now it's time to give it some superpowers. I'm talking about the tools that we, the developers, need to actually build the app. The key thing here is that these are tools for us, not for the end user.
The first tool we're grabbing for our tool belt is called Parcel. Think of it as a magic bundler. It takes all the fancy modern code we're going to write, packages it all up neatly, and serves it to the browser in a way it can understand. To get it, we're going to run npm install-d parcel. And I want you to pay really close attention to that -d at the end. That's super important.
So what's that D all about? Well, it tells npm that this is a dev dependency. And this is a really crucial idea. It means Parcel is a tool for us, the developers. We need it to build our app, but it's not actually part of the final code that we ship to our users. This is awesome because it keeps the final app that people download small, lean, and fast.
Okay, so after running that install command, you're going to see two new things pop up in your project folder. First, a file called packagelock.json, and second, this absolutely massive folder called node_modules. So now we have a decision to make. What do we do with these things, especially when we're using something like Git for version control?
And this is a classic question every developer asks at some point. I mean, you look at that node_modules folder, and it's gigantic. Do we really need to check all of that into Git? The answer is no, and it comes down to one simple, beautiful rule.
Here it is, the golden rule of modern development. If you can regenerate something automatically, do not check it into Git. I'll say it again. Whatever you can regenerate, don't put it on Git. It's just a waste of space and adds a ton of unnecessary bulk to your project. So let's apply that rule. The package.json and packagelock.json files. Those are the blueprint. They are the instructions. You absolutely commit those to Git, because with just those two files, anyone else on your team, or even you on a new computer, can just run npm install and poof, the entire node modules folder, it gets perfectly regenerated from scratch. And because of that, we never commit the node modules folder. You add it to your .gitignore file and just forget about it.
Okay, so we've got our project blueprint, we've got our main development tool. I think it's finally time to bring in the star of the show, right? Let's install React.
Now, we're not going to do this the old school way with CDN links in our HTML. No. The modern professional way is to install React as a package directly into our project. This means all the code that makes React work is going to live right there inside our Node_modules folder, managed by us. It's actually two quick commands. First, npm install React, and then npm install React DOM. Now look closely. Notice something that's missing this time? There's no -d flag. And why is that? It's because React and React DOM are not dev dependencies. They are the core of our app. They're essential code that needs to be shipped to the user's browser for anything to work. So, great. React is now officially sitting inside that giant Node modules folder. The next logical question is, how do we actually get it out of there and into our code so we can use it?
The answer is the modern JavaScript import syntax. You'll write lines like import React from React. This is basically you telling your code, hey, go look in Node modules, find the React package, and bring it in here so I can use it. But here's the catch. Web browsers, on their own, have no idea what import means. And that is exactly why we installed Parcel. This is its main job. Parcel sees those import statements, follows them, and stitches everything together into one big JavaScript file that any browser can understand perfectly.
All right, this is it. All the pieces are on the board. We've got our project set up, we've installed our tools, we've brought React into the fold. It is time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's launch this thing.
And here's the magic command that brings it all to life. npx parcel index.html. What we're doing here is telling a tool called npx to find the parcel package we installed in this project, and then telling Parcel to use our index.html file as the main entry point for our entire app.
So you might be asking, what is this npx thing? It's a super handy tool that comes with npm. It lets you run a package that's installed right here in your local Node modules folder, without you ever having to install it globally on your whole computer. It is absolutely perfect for running development tools like Parcel just when you need them.
And that's it. The moment you hit enter, Parcel does its magic. It fires up a little development server, builds your entire application in memory, and spits out a local URL. You can copy that, paste it into your browser, and congratulations, you are live. You've just launched a React app completely from scratch. Think about what just happened. You went from a totally empty folder to a running modern React project. And the best part is, you built the foundation yourself, and you understand every single piece of it. There's no magic here. So now the only real question is, what are you going to build next?